guys, what is up and welcome back. For today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a first impression on the brand new Pat McGrath. Specifically, it's called HUETOPIAN Dream Eyeshadow Palette. So beyond gorgeous. This right here retails for $125. I'm going to be sharing with you guys this look in today's video and swatches as well. And towards the end, I'm going to let you know what my first impression thoughts are. So really thrilled. Let's go ahead and get started. I will also have this linked down below. I did purchase this from Pat McGrath's site, but I think it should be available on Sephora possibly as well. All right, let's do this. All right, so here you guys can see what the packaging looks like. Absolutely beautiful. The box is gorgeous. She always does an amazing job with her designs. Once you open up the box, the palette, of course, is housed on the inside. It's a beautiful, sleek, black palette. So here are what the shades look like on the inside. There are a multitude of different finishes in here. So there are 3 shades in here that are a matte finish. Those shades are Secret Eden, Shockwave, and Extreme Plum Noir. There is 1 shimmer in here, which is the Shine Show Nude Ecstasy. There are 2 metallics included in here as well, which is Bronze Solaris and then Cosmic Bloom. We have 1 Trio Chrome shade in here, which is Blitz Sex Dream, which is so beautiful. There's also 2 Dual Chrome Sparkles, which is Astral Orchid and then Astral Amethyst Moon. We also have the Gleaming Metallic finish, which is called Bronze Desires. Okay, so now let's get started with the actual eye look. Since there's actually no matte cream shade, I'm just gonna go into the Artist Couture bronze palette here and use the shade Mirage, which is just like a light white color to set my lids. With that, I'm just gonna use a JH32 brush. So a Morphe JH32 brush. I like it. It's like big enough that it gets all over the eyes. Okay, so the first shade I'm gonna go in with is this one right here, which is Shockwave, and I'm gonna use it on the same brush I just used to apply the cream shade. It picks up amazingly on the brush. With this, I'm pretty much just gonna focus it in the crease area, kind of lightly, back and forth. The shade is really beautiful. I did build it up, I would say 2 or 3 times. It's pretty vibrant for such a nice, I would say light peachy toned, maybe slightly borderline pastel type of color. I really, really like this tone. I would even just wear this shade and then, you know, put mascara on and head out the door. These are like so my tones. Love it. The next shade I'm gonna go in with is this one right here, which is Extreme Plum Noir. It's a beautiful deep brown, and I'm gonna use it on this brush, which is the M514, which is a slightly smaller crease brush, I would say, compared to the previous one I used. Okay, so with this color, I am going to, my technique is always the same thing. I don't know if it's boring already, but I'm just gonna take a little bit on the brush and then focus it on the outer part of the eye as well, a little bit lower. Again, we just want a little bit of like that peachy tone shade to kind of peek through. So I'm just kind of like wiggling it back and forth. And then once I feel like I don't have that much on the brush, I'm just gonna kind of go back in, build up, all of that. This shade pairs really well with the peachy tone shade. I feel like they complement each other really beautifully. So it is like a brown with maybe like a little bit of like a purple undertone to it. Okay, now we are ready to apply the shade on the lid. So what I think I'm gonna do is use this shade right here in Cosmic Bloom. It's a beautiful rosy toned color. And then I'm gonna take Astral Orchid, this beautiful like white glittery type of shade, and put it on top of that to add more dimension. With that, I'm gonna be using this e.l.f. brush that came in a kit that they recently released, part of their summer collection. So I'm actually gonna take a little bit of Cosmic Bloom on my finger, apply like that first, and then I'll go in with a brush if need be into like the smaller areas. So delicious. You know that that's good when it applies like this, when you don't have to like glide it on, when it's simple, when it's fast. So usually with my lid shade, I usually say this, but if you've missed it on my other videos, then a lot of you guys always tell me you have hooded eyes. So maybe this can help, I don't know for sure. If you do want to make your eyes appear bigger, take the shadow all the way up to the part where your eye kind of like the crease, basically. That's what I usually do, even though I do have bigger eyes already. I just kind of feel like, firstly, it kind of puts the look together, and also I feel like it makes my eyes look much more like fuller in a way, in a sense. I actually just want to take now the other shade, Astral Venusian Orchid. I don't know how to say that, but this is so beautiful. It's like I would say more like a duochrome. It's like purpley and pink. And then dot that on top, just like lightly. I do like how it looks much more multi-dimensional now, and it's much more glittery, but it still looks pretty fine, you know, not like overdone. I don't know if I would wear this shade on its own. I feel like it's more like a see-through type of shade in a way where like there isn't much pigment, it's just mostly like glitter. I did apply some of the glitter even like on the brow bone, and I think it's pretty just to kind of give more of like an ethereal vibe. I usually never do that, but this is amazing. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go on with the brownie color that we use in the crease, Extreme Noir Plum, with this brush here from Tarte that I got that was part of like a unicorn kit. Okay, and then with this, you guys pretty much know the drill. I'm gonna put it on the lower lash line and build up to the intensity that I would like. Okay, so I did go ahead and line my tight line and waterline with the Pat McGrath liner. I think this is nice. I got it in a kit. Would I say it's completely worth it? Probably not. There are many other drugstore liners that are good, but this is still pretty nice if you want to invest. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Essence Lash Princess Mascara, my favorite mascara ever. This is legit $5 at the drugstore and Ulta drugstores. And I think it's 1 in a million. Next, I'm just gonna go on with some lashes. You guys love when I apply lashes on here, so I figured I will. These are Lily Lashes in Miami. I do really like these lashes. I feel like it adds the perfect amount of volume, length. It's dramatic, but I don't feel like it necessarily overdoes it in a way. I've repurchased this so many times. I think they're amazing. They also wear really well too. I do want to spice things up a little bit and just add a little bit of a twist to this look, so I'm going to use the purple shade in here. So this color, which is called Astral Amethyst Moon. And then with more of like a shader brush, I'm going to apply it on the inner corners. So this is also that kind of shade where it's like pretty much just glitter, but it still adds something. This is gorgeous. So delicious. I think it just added a little bit of extra. Something extra. Just thinking if I want to put this on the brow bone as well, if I'm going to ruin this. Kind of ruined it, kind of not. I like it. I like it a lot. I think that because I kind of took this shade right over here and put it up like in the brow bone area, it's tying in actually really beautifully with that purple color. So yes, and I'm gonna wipe my face as much as I could because I feel like we did have a decent amount of fallout, and I'll be back with you guys to let you know what my final first impression thoughts are. Okay, so now on to my thoughts after using this for the first time today. Of course, I'll use it more and keep you guys posted in my I'll keep you posted video, of course, so definitely stay tuned. So I'll tell you, I actually don't purchase all of these bigger palettes by Pat McGrath. Some of them just really don't speak to me. Some of them, most of the time if I don't pick it up, it's really because they don't really speak to me and I'm not really interested in spending the $125 amount on the palette. However, when this one released, there was just something about this that just I gravitated towards. I love the tones in here, and I'll tell you honestly, this right here made it for me, I would say. Those kind of colors I feel like look so beautiful with so many different looks. I feel like if maybe that would have been, I don't know, like a green or like a blue, I would probably not pick this up. I think that this kind of, for me at least, tied in the palette. I like the fact that there are 3 mattes that are included in here. I think it's just a nice amount to build up the transition. If you like to build up your transition shades with mattes, I think 3 is a decent amount. And also the shades pair really well together. Like these two are so like yummy together, but I feel like they're also really pretty. At least this one is gorgeous on its own. This, I don't know how it looks on its own yet, but I feel like it'll also look really nice. So I would say for the mattes, really good. The formula doesn't seem necessarily dry. It's not the creamiest mattes I've ever tried in my life, not gonna lie. I think the Patrick Ta ones are even smoother and silkier, but those are still really easy to work with and you can get a really great build with them. It doesn't necessarily have any fallout. In regards to like all of the glittery shade, metallic shades, duochrome, triachromes, I mean, of course I didn't use all of the shades, but from the few that I've tried, which was this one, and this one, I will say they really apply very beautifully on the eyes. I like that there's a multitude of different finishes when it comes to like shades that you could use for the lids. Like I said, duochrome, multichrome, metallics, all of that, because you can really add so much dimension with your looks. So like this is like a, I would say more or less metallic finish, and then applying these like more glittery duochrome shades on top. just, I feel like took the makeup look to the next level. So I feel like if you are looking to take your makeup game to the next level, this might be really, really nice to play around with. I think it was a lot of fun to work with, and something that was very, not challenging at all, but in a way like very like, it kept me on my feet, kept me going, thinking like, hey, what can I do with this? What will this specific shade do if I add it on top of this, and all of that. And I feel like moving forward, if I'm going to use this, when I'm going to use this more, I feel like the color combinations that I'll be able to come up with would probably be endless in a way, which is great because you can mix and match. And like, I feel like this is also the kind of palette that you just like throw it on and it just kind of like looks good, you know? Like just throw all the shades together, mesh it all together. I would say I really enjoy more of like the glittery metallic, these finishes more than the mattes, meaning like, cause they're so unique and different. The mattes I would say are not like out of this world, but these other finishes that she has here are really, really very unique. And like I said, a lot of fun to play around with, and I think it's pretty good. And also, like, I'll be honest, from all of the color stories that she has, I have a different one that I love. It's more like a mauvey tone palette. I just think this one is so beyond, like, no words, gorgeous, just, I love the colors. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I want to say that's all the info I wanted to give you guys for today's video. Of course, I'm going to play around with this a little bit more. It's not a cheap palette at all, so I really want to give you guys my in-depth thoughts, letting you know if I really got tons of use out of it, if it was really that unique, if it wasn't, like what was the vibe. But I will say, based on using it for the first time today, I'm really happy with the look, you know? And like I said, it took the makeup look to the next level. And sometimes I'm about that next level energy, you know? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Let me know if you're going to be picking up this palette, or if you're going to be skipping out on it, if you're waiting for a sale. What are your thoughts on this? Are you feeling the color story? I know a lot of you guys mentioned a lot of her color stories are the same. So keep me posted. Let me know. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.